Welcome back. It is Friday the 16th of January, and as you can see the days are starting to get longer. It's not dark yet, so I've just clocked off of my day job for the day. Had a day off yesterday because it was the missus' birthday and we were going out for dinner after work, and I thought it probably wasn't best to do some DIY. But today we've got a few jobs to tick off the list before the weekend, so I've brought some of this stuff, which is all-round band, which apparently electricians and stuff use to hold conduit back into the wall. So I'm gonna put that down. So a couple of jobs today. I need to fit a few of them bits in there, and I'm gonna also tie these wires back to the back of the chimney with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill some holes, cut some band, and attach these back, and I'll show you how I get on. Right, so this is what the all-round band looks like. There are a number of different ways that you can use this and you can cut this, but if you've got a decent pair of side cutters, all you need to do is to go in between the two holes like that and cut it. And that's exactly what we've done up here. So if you look in here, there's one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then all we're going to do is we're going to start off at the bottom, and we will bend that round the conduit. If you make it a little bit too long, don't worry, you can still use your side cutters in there to cut it back, and then we'll bend that round and hold the conduit up. And what I'll do is, in about 30 seconds, when I've done this with two hands, I will then show you how it looks. And that is how it looks when they've been bent over. Trimmed them back a little bit just using my side cutters. It's held back in the chase nicely, which means it's below the surface. And what we can do now is we can pack this chase out with some bonding or some undercoat plaster, which is this stuff here. So what I'll do in a minute is I'll mix some of this up, and we will push that into the chase so that that can dry overnight, and then it can have some filler over it in the morning. Right, again, I have mixed up the undercoat plaster, and you want this to be quite thick. It's got a lot of grit in it, but as you can see, I can turn that upside down and it doesn't fall off. What we don't want is it all to just go into the chase and then just slump off. So we want it quite thick, kind of like that clotted cream that I spoke about on Wednesday. I actually think this might be a little bit loose, but it'll be all right. Yeah, not falling off, which is what we want, because we don't want to put it in there and then overnight that just slump down and fall out. But I'll put that in the chase now, and yeah, we'll let that dry overnight. We don't want to put it too high because we don't want to have to sand loads of it on, so we actually want it to be a little bit below the face of the chase so that we can put some filler on top and get a nice finish. But yeah, let's do that now. Right, and as easy as that, we have bonded that chase out. It is just sitting below flush. I've also done the bit around the light switch, wedged some down now. And then what I've also done is I've also just put a packer underneath there to make sure that the back box stays level. Once this is all dry, it will hold the back box better in place. I can take that out, tighten the screws up, and it's holding it further forward so it's nice and in line, and I can put some filler behind now. I have also bonded the old light switch location, so that can have a skim of filler tomorrow as well. And yeah, now what I need to do is drill some holes in the back of the chimney so that we can tie back some of these wires and get them out of the way. Let's do that. Right, so as easy as that, we have separated our data cables, as you can see. Put the band on there, holding them nicely. Also straighten them out because they're twisted up quite a bit, and all of the cables run as well. These ones stay here. This is our ring main for the sockets on the first floor, and this is for our smoke alarm for the ground floor. So we've kept that as one loop, so it will come back, and our data cables. But yeah, really happy with that. What I now need to do is I need to get my battens over from there. I need to measure the distance from here to here, where I'm just going to use my laser distance measurer to do that. And then I'm going to cut all of them to size, and we can start to batten the wall. Let's go. Right, so now we've got all the cables tied back. I cut all the battens to 3.1 meters, which will leave enough space here. I marked the wall 600 out. It's going to be a little bit shorter than that to give the plumber loads of room to be able to put the boiler on. Pre-drilled all of these battens just to put less stress on the SDS drill when we're drilling through. We're going to be fixing these back with masonry screws. So the idea is that if this is a 6.5 millimeter thread, you want to drill a 5.5 millimeter hole, and then they have a Torx head on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to drill the first one in the corner, and then we're going to go along and see how we get on. I mean, it's already 5:30 and I have 48 holes to drill here, so I don't want to drill too many tonight and upset the neighbours. So if I can get at least a few battens on the wall, if I can get half, great, and then I will finish them off tomorrow. But yeah, it's as easy as holding that batten up against the wall, drilling through with our SDS, and then driving it in with the impact driver, and making sure that we keep it as level as possible throughout. I'll show you once I've put a few of these on the wall. Turns out that I don't have the right drill bit. I need a 5.5 millimeter drill bit because my walls are so crumbly, and the longest, smallest size that I have is a 6 millimeter. So I will go and get that in the morning. They open at 7, so I'll get there for 7, and then I can come back and make a start on this. I drilled one hole with a 6 millimeter, but as soon as I try and tighten the screw up into the wall, it just pulls straight out. So I'd rather get a smaller drill bit so that the screw's actually screwing into something. So yeah, that's it for a Friday night. I can't make too much noise. It's almost 6 o'clock now. I've spent an hour working on the house. Happy with what I've got done. At least that chase and that socket will be dry in the morning, so I'll be able to skim over the top with some filler, and that can dry. That should take an hour or so to go off, and we can actually start to do some sanding. So tomorrow, batten, board, sanding. And my father-in-law is coming back, which is awesome, and he's going to do some wiring under the stairs and in the downstairs toilet to connect up the new fuse board. But thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.